Hello, this is Pastor Micah with Life's Journey United Church of Christ, um, coming to share our midweek devotional. I hope all of you are having a good week. Before I share my devotional proper, I do want to remind everyone of some upcoming events. We have an Open and Affirming meeting tonight on Zoom at 6 p.m. Our Open and Affirming group is for LGBT friends and their allies in our church and community, where we can meet for fellowship to plan supportive events. Also, next Wednesday, our book club is meeting at 6. And the last Sunday of the month, we're having a special Black History Month service where we have invited some Black civil rights leaders to share what continued work is ahead for us if we want to stand in solidarity with those fighting for Black civil rights. I want to thank all of you who have been patient as we remained on Zoom the last several weeks in order to protect the most vulnerable members of our church and community. Thankfully, COVID numbers have gone down dramatically the last few weeks. I hope after our council meeting tonight, we'll have some news about when we will be planning to move back to in-person worship as a church, whether that's a brief period of time or rather soon. I'll let you know when we have news. Now to our reflection this week. This past week, we looked at the story of Jesus and the woman at the well, exploring how Jesus' choice to see through the labels his society had placed on that woman and him tore down barriers between them, opening up the space that she could truly feel seen and inviting her to put away her own prejudices and truly see Jesus. We also considered the life of Maya Angelou, who had experienced a life-altering trauma, but through someone taking the time to see her as having the worth God saw in her, found her own voice. Both stories focused on a group of people so often silenced in society, women, and in particular, women who were in oppressed minorities in their time and place. This coming week, we will look for Black History Month at the story of Mary Seacole, a Black woman from Jamaica in the 1800s who traveled the world doing nursing work that not only treated diseases of the body, but also helped heal the brokenheartedness of the soul. We'll consider her story, the story of a strong, compassionate Black woman, alongside two stories of Jesus when he likewise offers healing and new life to broken people. As I think about both of these stories, I am struck by how three different women's lives shed light on our own experience of God. There is a unique way we can see the face of God in women, often because we are taught to pray to God as our Father and because God appears as Jesus, a man. People make the mistake of thinking of God as some man up in the sky, thinking that somehow there is only one way to envision God. People equate what our society labels male or masculine traits with strength of character, and sometimes without even noticing it, we can fall into looking down on other qualities and those who embody them as less impactful or important. Such an approach could not be further from the truth. Instead of depicting God as only male, often the Bible depicts God in feminine terms. In Deuteronomy 32:11-12, God is described as a mother eagle, like the eagle that stirs up its nest and hovers over its young. God spreads wings to catch you and carries you on pinions. In Deuteronomy 32:18, God is pictured as one who gives birth. You were unmindful of the rock that bore you. You forgot the God who gave you birth. In Isaiah 66:13, God is pictured as a comforting mother. As a mother comforts her child, so will I comfort you. You shall be comforted in Jerusalem. In Isaiah 49:15, God is compared to a nursing woman. Can a woman forget her nursing child or show no compassion for the child of her womb? Even these may forget, yet I will not forget you. In Isaiah 42:14, God is pictured as a woman in labor. For a long time I've held my peace, I've kept myself still and restrained myself. Now I will cry out like a woman in labor. I will gasp and pant. This means we need to realize God is bigger than anything we can conceive of. Far too often we box God in with the picture of God we get growing up. God is our Father, yes, but God is more than that. Every person born is called by Genesis someone who bears the image of God. That means God is big enough to be present in and with every kind of person ever born, black or white, male or female, or gender nonconforming, rich or poor. There's not a person we encounter who cannot, if we have an open heart, point us to God. I'm going to challenge you this week to be open to the many faces of God, the many ways the face of God shows up before us and others and in ourselves. Let's be open to the kinds of people, all kinds of people who come as bearing this gift. Let's also be open to learning how to accept all of who we are, not just the part society celebrates as having a gift too. I hope to see you this Sunday in worship, and I hope you have a great day.